Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stocks Around Us with me, Pizza, coming to you from KL, Malaysia. Guys, Malaysia is a country with a fast-growing economy with many attractive industries to invest in, whether it's the manufacturing, resources, or the service industry. One very interesting industry is the private healthcare business. Over the past 5 years, there's been an accelerating growth in the private healthcare spending. Apparently, people are becoming sicker these days. Also, medical tourism is growing quite strongly in this country. So today, we're going to explore a stock that is one of the leading private hospital groups in Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, KPJ Healthcare Berhad. KPJ Healthcare Berhad is one of the leading private healthcare providers in Malaysia. They have a network of 21 hospitals in Malaysia and 2 hospitals in Indonesia. Having over 2,600 beds, KPJ offers the complete range of medical services and have treated more than 2.4 million outpatients and 240,000 inpatients, plus delivered more than 16,000 babies. KPJ's portfolio includes hospital management, healthcare technical services, hospital development, nursing, health sciences, and professional healthcare education, pathology services, and retail pharmacy. Under KPJ, the company owns a number of different hospital chains, such as the Johor Specialist Hospital, Puteri Specialist Hospital, Tawakal Special Hospital, and many more that have been certified by the Malaysian Society of Quality in Health. Currently, there are over 860 medical consultants at KPJ. In order to supply the healthcare business with medical personnel, KPJ has a large education arm through its International University College of Nursing and Health Sciences, which offers undergraduate, master's, and PhD degrees in physiotherapy, nursing, and 15 other programs that are awaiting approval from the Ministry of Higher Education. Moreover, they are also starting a medical school, thus ensuring their supply of talented doctors and specialists. Meanwhile, KPJ are also focusing on growing their medical tourism segment, with more aggressive marketing overseas, causing a 40% increase in their number of international patients. By 2020, the company aims to gain 25% of their revenue from international patients. Currently, these patients are coming mainly from Indonesia, as well as Australia, New Zealand, Somalia, Singapore, India, UK, US, and the Middle East. Apart from its hospitals, KPJ also invested in an aged care business, the retirement village of Jeddah Gardens in Australia. In the future, KPJ plans on entering into the aged care industry within Malaysia while also adding 1 to 2 hospitals to their portfolio every year. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zahir. He is the Senior Vice President and the CFO at KPJ. So first of all, Mr. Zahir, could you give us a brief overview of the healthcare industry in Malaysia?
Thank you for inviting me to this session.
Of course.
First and foremost, I would like to share the healthcare industry in Malaysia. being a country that populated by 29 million people, at the moment, I would say 70 to 75% of the healthcare facilities still provided by the government. Only about 20 to 25% facility is supported by the private healthcare providers. And KPJ, being the leaders with 22 hospitals in the country, currently is having about 25% of that private market share.
I see.
So, well, we're talking about the number of hospitals. Just now we have 22 hospitals, and we're talking about the competitors in the private setup in the country. Of course, we are the leaders, and it followed by the IH group, which is Pantai and Gleneagles.
Right.
They are having, I think, if I'm not mistaken, about 9 hospital Pantai and then 2 Gleneagles. Maybe they have add a few more, okay, in the market. But of course, with our future plan for the next 5 years, we have actually 6 or 7 hospitals in our pipeline. We should be able to continue our leadership in the country in terms of healthcare providers in Malaysia.
I see. And how much growth do you foresee in the private healthcare sector here in Malaysia?
Well, the most important factors that actually support the growth of private healthcare in Malaysia is actually the practice by the MOH itself. You know, the Ministry of Health only allow 1 employment for doctors in Malaysia. Okay, those doctors who want to practice in the private setup has got to leave the government. They cannot have dual employment. As comparatively, I also at one time managed hospital in Indonesia. In Indonesia, the doctors allow the doctors to work in the morning in the government, in the afternoon only then they practice in the private setup. That to us, the full focus for private setup is not there. But in Malaysia, that kind of regulation actually allow the doctors to support more the private rather than the public.
I see.
Okay, because they see that they can earn more when they practice as a private provider. And that one is in terms of doctors. But in terms of growth, you know, with the increased number of populations and with the ETP program that launched by the Prime Minister, I believe the healthcare industry in Malaysia is still growing very well. And of course, the trend recently, we have seen a lot of Middle East travelers coming to the country. You know, after the September 11, there was a trend that, you know, a lot of Middle East people actually start coming into Malaysia.
Oh.
And in fact, today, if you go around to KL, you can see a lot of Arab restaurant being set up, yeah, to support these Middle East people that coming here. And one of our hospital in Ampang Putri, you know, at one time, if you go there, you can see that, oh, is this an Arab hospital or what? Because we see a lot of Middle East patients moving around in the hospital right now. So the growth of course we don't want to forget the local, because they have been our supporters for the past 30 years. But of course there is a trend in health tourism market.
Yes.
So we also don't want to lose this opportunity. That's why we recently participated in the government with the new ETP project, the hospital that actually granted health tourism license by the government. So in a way, we want to add our capacity as much as possible to tap this growing market in health tourism.
And could you give us a brief overview of your growth strategy? Where are you planning to expand and how?
Of course, number one, if we want to maintain our leadership in the country. So as far as Malaysia is concerned, we want to be present in all states in the country. So at the moment, we haven't got a hospital in Melaka and Terengganu. Even Perlis, we have actually just concluded our deal and we are constructing new hospital in Perlis. So if with Perlis already being signed, now we are looking for Melaka and Terengganu. Of course, at this moment, we have a very good arrangement with the local people for us to set up these 2 hospitals. The minute we have these 2 hospitals completed, then our presence in Malaysia is more or less completed. So with that regard, we should be able to maintain our leadership presence in the country. That we are talking about local growth,
right?
Yeah, because we believe that the local people are the main supporters for our growth, and of course, notwithstanding the region, right? So we also looking for opportunity in Thailand, or maybe we wanted to expand our investment in Indonesia.
I see.
But we based on the experience that we have in Indonesia, we would rather to go for brownfield rather than greenfield if there is in Indonesia. And of course, we're also looking for a place like Cambodia or Myanmar maybe. It
So
depends on
in
the opportunities.
developing countries within the AEC, I see.
Yeah.
And lastly, very short, how do you differentiate your hospital brand from the rest in Malaysia or Indonesia?
Wow, that is a very tricky question, right? But as far as we are concerned, we actually don't really compare our hospital with the others. We just believe that, you know, if we can deliver the best quality, the best services, people will believe in us, right? So especially when talking about private market in the country, you know, everybody are actually keeping their own secrets. So we can't really compare our cost and the other hospital costs. But what we believe in convincing the people, convincing our patient, okay, we deliver the best quality as our mission. We believe that, you know, by doing that, the patient will penetrate us better than the rest.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mr. Zair. It's a pleasure meeting you. Financial highlights. Based on the latest annual report, the turnover or the revenue of KPJ at the end of 2011 was about 1.9 billion ringgits, or around 19 billion baht, showing a growth of 15%. Its profit after tax was about 150 million ringgits, or 1.5 billion baht, which is a growth of 19% in 5 years. Lastly, the current market cap of KPJ Healthcare is 4 billion ringgits, or 40 billion baht. Ladies and gentlemen, that was KPJ Healthcare Berhad. Join us again next time for more company highlights with me, Pizza. I'll see you guys back in Thailand!